What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another early 30s diaries video. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Kai. I actually turned 31 in March this year. Whenever you're watching this, 2024 is when I turned 31. So I've been just kind of dealing with going through my life, seeing how life has turned out, doing things better. I feel like I'm taking 30 with stride now and just kind of focusing on making things better and kind of working on myself and truly being happy in this season, which brings me to the topic of this video, which is being a late bloomer. And again, like, I feel like with the one about dating, I get really embarrassed and I feel like I try to put myself in like the best position and try to like not let things affect me. But honestly, being a late bloomer sucked. And one of the reasons I want to talk about this is because I want to be open and honest with you guys about how I've been feeling, about like where I'm at in life. And I also just, for this topic in particular, I don't want anyone to feel this way because it sucks. Feeling like a late bloomer just sucks. Like, it's just the worst feeling. You feel so behind, and I don't want anyone else to like feel that way. This is my video to encourage you, but if you're also in this kind of feeling, I want you guys to not feel so alone. That's kind of why I'm opening up. Like, I'm just gonna put myself out there and talk to you guys about all of the things. So I hope this helps someone because, like I said, it's such a weird place to be at. So I want to share that with you guys. So let's get into this. If you guys haven't seen my dating early 30s diaries, go check that out. But basically in that video I mentioned that my parents were a little bit strict growing up, which again, I don't blame them. Like, I feel like my parents, they're both Hispanic, they're Mexican, they're immigrants. I feel like they were very overprotective. I'm also the baby of the family, so I feel like, you know, there's a lot of things going on. So like, I know that they meant well. I don't hold this against them because I feel like they meant well. Like, they thought they were doing the best for me. I don't necessarily blame them now. Obviously, I will be honest, there was a time in my life where I did blame them because I was like, how dare they? They kind of put me in this position. But honestly, now I feel like I am more understanding of like where they were coming from. I was the youngest of 4 kids. So my mom, she was a stay-at-home mom. Also, me and my siblings have like a wide range of ages. My brother was like in high school when I was in elementary school. Even my sister, there was a point where she was in middle school and I was still in elementary. Like, we were all very ages, so she had to kind of like wrangle us all up together. So I know that was very like hard work on her. Also, we were a low income family, and I feel like that also comes into play a lot because I couldn't do a lot of activities like outside of school. I couldn't play sports, I couldn't do stuff like that. I've learned to grow and like understand. So obviously at the time I was like, how dare they not let me? But like, in reality, it's just like we couldn't afford it. And again, that's not my parents' fault. It's just, you know, my parents were doing the best they could, and for them it was just like, okay, let's just keep these kids alive. So like, now I don't blame them because I feel like now I understand where they were coming from. But yes, we didn't grow up playing many sports. I didn't do anything like outside of school. I basically went to school and went home, and that was kind of my life actually for like the whole of it. Funny enough, my last 2 years of high school I did do online, and this is before online really took off. This was back in 2010. I graduated high school in 2011, but I did my last 2 years online. And again, that also played a part into all of this because I was by myself majority of the time. Like, I would just hang out with my family. Like, I really wasn't connecting with anyone else. I'm also a very, very shy, introverted person. So my school at the time did have like, oh, like pop in at this time for like a Zoom call. It wasn't a Zoom call, this was back then, like a video chat with your teacher, and I wouldn't do it because I was just so shy. Like, I just felt so uncomfortable. So basically I spent all of these years by myself. And then once I went to college, I was a commuter. And if you guys have been a commuter, you guys know the struggle. Like, there's definitely a difference between dorming there and being a commuter. Let's be honest, a lot of the things are catered to people that dorm there. So like, for me, that I was commuting, and I was commuting far, so I would basically just go to school when I needed to be there and then go home. Eventually I ended up getting like an on-campus job, and again, it was the same thing. Like, I only was there for my job. Like, I would schedule my hours in between classes, so I was just only there for those hours, and then I would leave because traffic, I just wanted to be home. It's a far drive. Being a commuter is like a whole different topic. If you're a commuter, you guys, we stand together. If you're a commuter, let me know down below because we have a bond. But again, that played a huge part of like, even when I was in college and like back with groups of people, like, I was still very shy. Like, I couldn't connect. Obviously, people that like were dorming became friends quicker because obviously they were together all the time, and then you're just like there, you know. By my sophomore year of college, I did kind of start talking to a few people because again, I went to a Christian college, which is already a lot smaller. So thankfully, I will say that like, once you start hitting classes with your major, you're in classes with those same group of people throughout all the 4 years. I am very grateful for that, and I feel like that was my saving grace in college because again, I started meeting people, I had a couple friends, and it was great for a while. I was bonding, but I still wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. Like I was still like, okay, we're just gonna go get coffee and then go back to class, and that's it. Like I wasn't hanging out with them, I don't know, doing other stuff. My school was close enough to Disney. Having a Disney pass was like a thing people had, but I didn't have one at the time. People would be like, oh, we're going to Disneyland, and I would just be like, okay, bye, I'm just gonna go to work, I guess. So that was a thing that like kind of, again, played its part. I will say like it was also me. I wasn't putting my part into hanging out with people and trying to hang out with them as well. Again, I would just be like, I'm gonna have to go home. Like I can't stay here longer because it's just taking so much time. Traffic, y'all. Traffic sucks. So that happened, and then it wasn't, I think, until the last half of my junior year and my senior year that I was kind of being more, I guess, trying harder to actually participate in things. Our student government had like a commuter committee that they had made, so I joined it because I was like, you know what, I'm a commuter. But that was actually really, really fun. But again, it wasn't towards like the end of like college that I was doing that. And again, by this time, a lot of people were already graduating. People that were like upperclassmen in my classes, they were graduating. People, again, were like leaving. People would transfer out, all that stuff. Again, I felt like starting from scratch because I was like, oh, like I'm meeting new people because, you know, the friends that I had. My senior year of college was actually kind of lonely. And again, it's my own fault. My closest friend in college, she graduated a semester early. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do anything, which in a way, it kind of worked out because again, I was working on my capstone class, which is the one to graduate, and we had to write a 40-page paper. So I at least was able to focus that in the library. But like again, that played a part because I was like, okay, I'm back to like not doing anything. And I know this is sounding a little bit too much on like the friendship front, but it's in all of the things. Like I wasn't trying to do anything. I only got a job on campus because I wanted to just be easy. Like I working on campus, done. I wasn't trying to go out of my way to do other cool things or even try to get a job elsewhere. Like I said, even by like junior year, a lot of people who were student workers started getting jobs like elsewhere. But I was so comfortable where I was at that I wasn't even trying to do that. I was like, no, it's fine, like it's cool. And then again, like even for my senior year, like my dad was so sweet. He was like, you know what, your senior year of college, like you're never ever gonna have this amount of like free time because you're gonna go into the workforce. So he's like, enjoy it. And I was like, yeah. But honestly, I would not do anything. Like I would just end class and work and go to the library and spend time there and then just leave and go home. I wasn't doing anything. Looking back, I do say that's my fault. I should have made effort to at least go somewhere. Like again, my college was in like the pristine, perfect part of Orange County. It's in Costa Mesa. It is like less than 20 minutes from the beach, less than 20 minutes from Disneyland. It is just the nicest area. There's so much to do that like even thinking back, like for example, right now I'm in my fitness journey, and I was like, that would have been like a prime time to start my fitness journey because I had so much time and I wasn't doing anything with it. But again, I'm trying not to live with the regret of that. It's just something that I'm so aware of. But yeah, like I feel like that's something that just happened that I wasn't doing anything, and that's what it comes down to. I didn't know how to do things because again, no one taught me a lot of these things. I was just not in the best place in life. So then when I graduated college, I was 22 and I went directly to work. Like I went to my desk job and that was it. The cycle continued. I literally would just go to work and go home, period. Nothing else. That's it. I graduated college in 2015, which is crazy to think about that it's almost 10 years. So I will say that until summer 2015 is the first time I got my Disney pass. And y'all, I think that opened like a whole world to me. And I know like a lot of people are like, that sounds weird. But like for me personally, like even now, I use my Disney pass as a form to get out of the house because that's actually what I need. I just need to get out of the house because I get so comfortable at home not doing anything. I use that as a way to just get out of the house, do something on the weekend, like feel like I'm out and about. So I started going to Disneyland a lot. But again, that was it. Like I wasn't going elsewhere. Like I was just doing Disneyland, and that was the thing. So I did that for a few years, which sounds again so crazy. After this point, I feel like my dates get mixed up. But like after that, I would say by my mid-20s, I was like, what am I doing with my life? I'm not working towards anything. I'm not meeting up with people. I'm not like doing anything productive or like, having hobbies or anything. Like I was just there. And I feel like it did make me really sad because I was like, what? Like, this can't be my life. Like, I should be striving for more. Honestly, by my mid-20s, I was still struggling with this. Where like feeling, oh, I didn't have the opportunity to like go out with my friends and have fun or like do all of these cool things. Like even college, I feel like there's a lot of things I regret. Like I wasn't participating as much as I should have participated in college to get like that ultimate college experience. And it was just me like holding myself back. So like in my mid-20s, started going to like my own church and kind of hanging out with people. But still there was like, I think this like mental block in my head. Even people were like, hey, come hang out with us, we're doing this. And I'll be like, cool. But then I just wouldn't go. I was also very scared of driving on the freeway, which again, sounds embarrassing, but I'm gonna tell you guys all of the things. I would try to only go to places where I can go by street, and if I couldn't make it by street, like I just wouldn't go. which again sounds so embarrassing. I don't know, I think a lot of it was also just mental blocks in my head where I was like, what am I doing with my life? Girl, push. So I feel like that was a cycle that just kept happening. Like, sure, like I would kind of have friends, but then like since I also didn't put my part, like it would just fizzle out, which it's like regrets that I have now. Like I should have put more effort into like friendships and more into activities and all of that stuff. And then literally fast forward to 2020, which again sounds so crazy. In 2020, I think that's kind of when I started, I should probably try to do some things. This is also when I started in more intently my fitness journey. At this point, I had been my highest weight ever because like most people, we were just inside, like we weren't moving. So I was at my highest weight. I was just kind of depressed. I would consider myself homebody, but like this, obviously, like many people, we felt it, like the feeling of not being able to get out. So like it was a lot. So I was like, you know what, I need to like make sure to enjoy my life after this. So I also live in California and I feel like our restrictions were a little bit intense. So we weren't opening up at all for a good while. But in 2020, I was like, you know what? I need to do something. I need to be happy. Like I need to work on myself, which again, sounds so crazy that it took me that long to figure things out for myself, but that was kind of like what snapped. So when 2021 came around, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put myself out there. Started going to the gym, started working out with a trainer. I started getting into more activities. I've always liked football, but I feel like this is when I also like ramped up my football love, because again, like football's like a community thing. I'm a Chargers fan. There's even Chargers fans around groups that you can like meet up with them, which again, I have the Chargers draft party vlog if you guys want to check that out. This is kind of where I also was like, okay, let me put myself out there, which is so scary. At this point too, I was going to a new like church that had like young adults up to like 30, which again is so scary because I was going by myself. So again, I'm an introvert, I'm a shy person, but I was like, I need to put myself out there because otherwise what am I doing with my life? So it was very scary. And I mean, I'm not perfect yet. Again, this is kind of the whole vibe of this whole series. I'm not perfect at this, and there's still a lot of things that I need to learn to do, but I feel like I'm definitely behind it. Feeling behind sucks. I know for me personally, I see so many of my friends who already have done so many things in their life and are in such like, I guess, advanced stages of their life that I'm just like, oh, like I'm barely trying to figure these things out. Like I said, driving on a freeway was so scary for me for a long time. Like it wasn't, I think, till like 2 years ago that I got extremely comfortable with it, which again, oh my gosh, 2 years ago. I'm still trying to like push myself to, I guess, get out of my comfort zone, because I feel like a lot of being a late bloomer is also just you being comfortable where you're at instead of just trying to push for more. I will say the feeling of being behind sucks. I hate feeling like, oh my god, I'm not where I should be in life, and that's a very scary feeling, and I felt that a lot. Again, once I turned 30, I talk about it all the time. It kind of like broke me where I was like, I don't know what is life. I don't feel that I'm at where I should be at, and I feel like this all comes to like just feeling like I'm so behind in life. I think baking is really fun for me because I feel like it's something that I've learning to do and it's a practical skill. Technically, I should cook a little bit more. Like I've been trying to cook a lot more lately, but it's almost like these practical skills that I just didn't have that I need to like build up to, and it sucks. I definitely feel like there's a lot of things I'm still behind in, and I still need to put my, I guess, my foot forward to like try to get involved more in like aspects of my life, being more intentional with like hobbies and try to like connect with others. I know, again, the good thing about being in California is that like I know even locally there's so many like groups for like women nowadays. It's super cool. Like there's run clubs, there's book clubs, and I just get so shy and nervous to participate in that. That's hindering me from like having community. That's also from learning new things. I know there's like a tennis class that they have in like another park nearby, which I could be able to go to, but I just don't, which would be fun to learn tennis. But it's just like me hindering myself, and I feel like that sucks. I feel like there's a lot of things that I don't know what to do or know how to do, and that's embarrassing and it sucks. At this point, I need to kind of push myself to like do those things. I hope this video helps someone out there. If you're feeling behind in life, like you're not at the right job that you're at, you're not in the relationship that you want to be in, you don't have a group of friends, community, you don't know what you're doing, you're not alone, because I 100% feel these things often. It has taken me some time to get to this point where I'm just, I guess, more self-aware of the fact that like I should be trying to do these things, and it's so scary. And like I feel like the fear of failure obviously makes things worse, because you're like, oh no, like I don't want things to be like weird or whatever. So I hope this helps, and to help you not feel alone. And if you aren't already in this part of life where you feel like a late bloomer and you feel like you're barely doing things where like everyone has already done it, honestly, you're fine. Don't worry just keep going. Like, that's the whole point of this. Keep going even if you feel like you're behind, because as long as you're trying to do something, you'll be fine. And again, don't feel like you're the only one. I feel like this is one of those things that I feel like a lot of people try not to talk about because it can be a little embarrassing. So don't feel like you're alone in this, because again, a lot of people feel like this, they just don't say it. So don't feel alone. All the small steps that you take, even if it's like the smallest step, is better than nothing. So you guys are doing great. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys got this. Like, I'm rooting for you. If you guys have any questions or like want to just share something you're going through, let me know down below. If there's another topic that you guys want to hear me talk about as well, also comment that down below. I will make a playlist of all early 30 diaries videos, because again, the last one was about dating. I do want to make another video about like friendships themselves and just how that feels. I do want to make a whole video on like feeling how if your expectations feel broken or like you didn't meet your expectations, because I feel like, again, I had a lot of expectations for my life and they just did not pan out. So I want to make another video on that as well. But if you guys have any topics that you guys want to hear about, let me know down below. Again, I want these videos to feel like I'm chatting with you guys. Like, I want this to be like we're like on FaceTime having a little chat, being friends, you know. Like, I genuinely want to connect with you guys and like have that kind of friendship. Let me know all of those things down below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I do a lot of these videos, I do a lot of vlogs, and I feel like one of the things vlogs has helped me in particular is that like it helps me to get out of my comfort zone, because I feel like I need to go do something so it can be entertaining. So I feel like vlogs have helped me personally to just get out of my bubble and like try new things. So definitely stick around for that if you guys are interested in that. And yes, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!